Okay, for those of you that missed, the question that was asked is about our dancing videos. Oh, PS, I think we should use the hashtag AM Energized Crew. PS, I think that should be our name, our morning name. I find that it works best if you just play your song on your phone and then go to IG and just hit record.
Oh, okay.
You'll hear it really well versus it sounding like you're somewhere else, or if you're trying to play it on something else. I find that if it's just on your phone, then it's the best quality.
Got it.
So I highly recommend doing it that way. And then, yeah, just keep a list of people's hashtag. I mean, you could put a favorite in your phone and you could just quickly upload and away you go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think I heard the question that you could only tag 10 people.
Yeah.
You could actually tag more, but you just do it as another typing. Like, you know how you type a bunch of
I only ever type. I
and
never.
then you do, yeah. So if you type, and then you tag 10 people, and then you type again. So you're gonna, and then you could type more people on.
Oh, got it.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do get what you're saying. So you can hit the @ sign.
Yes, to type.
Then you can add another 10.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good to know.
And then usually I do the hands-free one on Instagram. Yeah. So that makes it so much easier.
And another little trick, because someone the other day was like, I tagged you, but then it deleted. And I was like, oh, you can appeal everything. So on Instagram, when you play a song that's illegal or whatever, you're going to get a notification in your notification when you hit like the heart sign, you'll have like a notification in here and it will say like Instagram has removed your song because you violated all their rights. If you scroll all the way down, there's a little blue button that says appeal. You can appeal them and you just click I consent and then you type in your name and your video will come back. So just in case for those of you who are like, oh, I guess I'll just give up, I won't post it that day. No, keep posting. You just have to appeal it. I don't know why. I don't understand, but that's what happens. So it will work. Cool.
I also write down names of songs ahead of time. So like if it's Monday, I try to find a Monday song or a Friday, there's Friday songs. So that's just helpful because sometimes I'm like early in the morning, I don't know what to play. So that's just something that I do. I kind of brainstorm ahead of time what songs.
Yeah. Or even if you use iTunes, you can go to like their playlist that they have pre-made. Go to like, you can press like, fitness, pure cardio or something, and then a bajillion songs come up that are kind of fun and energetic, and away you go. So you don't even have to think if you don't want to, which is usually my situation. Who has time to think, right? Okay, what other questions, comments about social media do you have? Okay, well, we're going to go over, I kind of just, the other day I was thinking about how it's really easy to feel stagnant in posting, right? Like you work out and you post, and then you do something and you post, and you can get really bored of the same thing in the same place, in the same picture, and the same sweaty selfie. And really, I would love for you to go to your own. Instagram is obviously easier to look at because you can actually look at your Instagram. But what do you see the same thing? Like, is it your face every single time, or would it catch your eye, I guess, is what I'm asking you to kind of look at. And for a long time, I'm fairly certain I posted the same, not the same, but like pretty much a sweaty selfie-ish every morning. And I recently have tried really hard to change it up. And so we thought we would kind of give you guys an idea, like a schedule that you can follow. You don't have to follow it by any means, but it maybe will help you kind of with an idea of a flow to your week, so that when you you go into your week, you're not like, oh gosh, what am I going to post? Or if you're like me and you create all your posts ahead of time, you can kind of know what you're going to post already, and you're not waiting for that like inspiration. You can just find it before you even start. So Monday, I mean, to me, that's definitely your selfie of some nature. But maybe you need to look around in your house. It doesn't have to always be in your wherever it is that you work out. It could be in your bathroom. It could be in front of a window, outside somewhere in your house. It could be in your kitchen as you're making food. What you want to find is where you are bright. Okay. So see, like right now, I'm super, super bright. If I turn bad, bright, bad. See what I'm doing there? It's all you got to do. So when you are trying to take that photo, find the light and let it hit your face. That's what you want to find. So never have light behind you, ever, ever, ever. All it's going to do is make you, and not because you, it means something bad. It's just that you're not going to you're not going to see the brightness of people, right? Like you want people to see your photo and catch their eye. That's the whole purpose of marketing on social media. And so make sure you find that place in your house. Go around and search for those places, because they're there. They're there. And if you have to, if it's dark, that's totally fine. Then just make sure the lamp is in front of your face, not behind your back. So I would say Monday, you're looking for that motivation. You're looking for, maybe you put a little call to action at the end. But you're kind of motivating people to get going. Tuesday, maybe it's your transformation right away in the morning. I find that you're getting more hits in the morning than in the later afternoon. And I think it's because a lot of times we miss that special window in the afternoon, and it's hit or miss if the algorithm even picks it up or whatever. So if you have a bold transformation to share, then get it up first thing Tuesday morning. And again, this is where you might need to get creative, and maybe you've posted the same, photo and the same before photo every single time. That's okay, as long as your messaging sort of changes. If you look at these top coaches, if on their Instagram, they have a transformation almost every other line. So they're sharing their transformation every, couple days. And that's even hard for, I have a really hard time doing that, but it obviously works because you have to think you're getting new followers. People are finding new things to see. So figure out what is your transformation. And maybe you need to take a piece of paper and you need to write all the things down that are transformed. I've done my leg before. I've done my arm before. Literally my arm, just arm, leg, calf, but you could turn around and just do your calves or whatever situation, whatever your story is, share that. Don't be, afraid to showcase all the different things. If it's your mind, then find that picture where the light's behind you and you're really dark and dreary. Just kidding. But find that. And then, maybe Wednesday morning is you and your kids, or you and your spouse, or it's about you and your breakfast, or it's about you and your shake, or, or it could be a sweaty selfie again, but try to switch it up. Think about Wednesday, women, community, tribe. What does that look like? And kind of showcase different ideas of how you can show people what it's like to be in community with us. Or you could do Workout Wednesday, and maybe you do a video, which brings me to a whole other subject all in itself. I would highly recommend, if you're doing videos on Instagram, or any really, that you don't just upload a whole, on Facebook anyway, make the layout. Use some sort of layout to create. Pick collage, or what's the one I like? Pick, play, post is a good one, because otherwise I feel like you end up missing people. And again, I find this is one extra step, but it's I need to find a new video app. But I like when you create a video, I find that the best filter is actually when I upload it to Instagram stories. So a lot of times I'll just save it and then recreate the the actual long video, because I want the filter to be the same filter as I use my photos. And I find that the filter in Video Shop, I just haven't found one. Has anyone else found one in Video Shop that's really nice? No. See? Nobody, because it doesn't exist. So you can, upload that into your stories, and then you can just use that filter, is what I always like to do. So maybe you create a video on Wednesdays because it's Workout Wednesday, and then Thursdays, maybe it's Thankful Thursday because you're getting a paycheck and you have a job. So it's you with your computer and your Devo and your kind of layout, your setup. And you can, every Thursday you could recreate that. You and your favorite coffee cup, you and your favorite spot, you and your favorite books, you and your favorite earphones, whatever. The sky's the limit. Just make sure that picture is bright and exciting. Friday, flex it up. I definitely go back to your, find that good spot wherever you are. Saturday is a great time to repost your transformation or someone from our team's transformation, and kind of go that way. And then Sunday, something that I've had fun with is every Sunday I like to do yoga poses out on my patio. It's just a really nice spot in my house. So I go there and I find my little, layout, and it's kind of a fun place, put on cool leggings that people are going to ask about, which just brings up more conversation, and have fun with it. And, you create that rhythm in your post in the morning. So, you kind of find what works for you. But I just want to reemphasize that, don't just throw up something to throw up something. Throw up the good stuff. Throw up the meat. Don't throw up. Throw up such a terrible word. I've said it. It's only because I've been surrounded by it for a lot of days.
Don't throw up. Greg says don't. Greg's saying don't throw up, Kim. That's not good.
Sorry, Greg. I didn't throw up, but Carter did in my blender 3 times.
Oh.
It became the puke bucket, which is hysterical that it's my blender and I use it every day of my life. And him and Avery just passed it back and forth, puking. And I was like, this is like my worst nightmare. How is this happening? And they just rallied. They thought it was hysterical. I'm like, you guys are sick. I'd be crying if I was like you. Anyway. So yeah, just, try to, I get a lot of inspiration from people. I wouldn't say that I've got a lot of people that I actually keep up on my computer. It's literally a row. I think there's 9 of them. There are 9 coaches that I like to follow because I like the way they post things and I like their images. And I'm just not a photographer by nature. I don't like looking somewhere other than right at the photo. I like my one direction of my nose. So I'm very weird about the way I take photos. So for me, I have to get outside my comfort zone because people don't want to see the same selfie every single day. So you got to kind of get creative and figure out how you're going to find inspiration. Anything to add or questions about any of that?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when do you do your invite posts? So because I was watching, and I think it was an Ashley Molstad video about all of this, and she was talking about how typically on the weekends she doesn't do a lot of invite posts, and she keeps that because people are indulging and not really focusing on that, or maybe more so Friday, Saturday, and then she kind of starts back up on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, heavy on the inviting. So kind of what's your take on that?
No, I agree. I do think Ashley, and Ashley's people and my people are different. Moms don't ever party. Okay, that's a lie. She's a mom. Her life is different than my life. Okay. People, you're not going to find me at the bar with my kid on a Friday night at 10 p.m. because I like bedtimes, because I like solo time. But again, that's, her whatever. I actually find that if sometimes on a Friday night, you can put up the right post and throw in I was actually, for a long time, I used to do this. It was my Fun Fact Friday, and I would pull up wisdom that I I learned from the week, and people used to love that. And then somehow I lost my wisdom or my brain cells. I don't even know. But by the time Friday rolled around, I'm like, yeah, here's me and my family. We're at home snuggling because that's all I got. But I do think that people I think you keep doing what you do consistently. You show up, you do your workouts, you do your stuff. But as far as inviting in your post, I think it goes nowhere. I do. I think Sunday night is a big one. But I don't think like Saturday throwing up a post of some sort of invite. I just don't think people see it or hear it or want to hear it. They may find it later, but it won't be in that moment, I don't think. So yeah, I've always thought of like Sunday night as like your, I was invited to the business. I think I've always invited to the business on Sunday night. But I feel like I maybe haven't done that in a while. And I probably need to get back to it. But I hear bodies. So yeah, I think, oh, it's you. Sorry, I thought it was Avery. So I think that, yeah, try to just keep it fun. Like you're fun, right? Like showcase your fun, even if you're at home snuggling with your kids you're going to bed at 7:30 p.m. But yes, I agree. I think I agree with her in that matter for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't watching that video because I like try to be her.
No, I get it. I mean,
because she's definitely not in my realm of anything.
No, I don't feel like those are my humans, but no. She does some good poses and she does have some great ideas for photos. So I do keep her up because obviously
her editing. Yeah, she has a lot of really good tips on like taking your pictures and how she when she's editing them, she like to get her like color scheme throughout her.
Yeah.
She like really focuses on saturating like pinks and things like that. And I thought that was kind of cool of like trying to find a color theme.
I like it too.
Takes a lot of time to edit those, but
okay, I'm gonna walk because that actually brings us to another step in this. So I'm actually gonna walk you guys through this. You do not have to do this forever, but I'm just gonna show you how I make a photo in every photo I do. Every single photo I take, this is what I do with it afterwards, okay? Are you ready? So I want you to find a photo. Well, you might not have these apps. I use the Airbrush app and Snapseed. So if you don't have those, you need those too, okay? So I want you to find your photo. I'm gonna go find mine. I'm gonna go into the Airbrush app, into Library, and find yourself whatever photo you wanna use. I'm going to use this one. Where'd it go? Such a terrible photo. Okay, then I'm going to hit magic. Okay, you guys doing this too? Yeah? Okay, magic. Then I'm going to check. Then I'm going to go to filter. Now this is where you could play. You could do whatever you want. I use Iceland or NYC in the blue color scheme. Okay, so you can try yours, but I'm going to use Iceland.
Okay, wait, Kim.
Yeah.
I just downloaded them both, Snapseed.
Okay, sorry.
So Snapseed and Airbrush, and then I go on to my pictures, or do I go
No,
into?
go to Airbrush.
Okay.
Okay. Then find your photo that you want. And I want you to do this because I want you guys to do a side-by-side, and I want us all to look at this and see the difference.
Okay.
You just tell me when you're ready.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Okay, so I do Iceland, which is in the blue schemes. You don't have to do that one. There's a lot of different ones. For a long time, I lived in the yellow schemes, but I like NYC and Iceland. Iceland's fun for summer because it's a little brighter. Okay, you got your photo?
I have my photo, but where's the?
Go to filter down at the bottom right.
Oh.
Sorry, there was one more step. I just didn't get you there.
Okay.
Okay.
And Iceland is not an option on mine, but there's like blush and modern and earthy.
You don't have blue?
Mm-mm.
You don't have any blue filters?
Oh, modern. It's kind of blue. Blue. Oh, bliss, breezy, faded, NYC.
There you go. Iceland. There you go. In the blues. Okay. Got
Wow.
it? Okay. Now close out of that. So save it.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. All right. Deb's got hers. Now we're going to open Snapseed. Okay. You're going to go find that photo. And then you're going to go, tell me when you're ready. You're going to go to Tools.
Find the photo untouched, the one, the same one.
The one you just made Iceland. Okay. Then you're going to, are you guys all there?
No, but that's
Okay, I'll go slow.
okay. I must not have saved it because it's not on my thing.
No, you might have to open from device. Sometimes you have to open it from device rather than hitting the plus sign.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Then you're going to go to Tools.
Mhm.
Then you're going to hit Drama. It's the third row down on the right. Okay.
I'm just downloading Snapseed, so
Okay.
just
I'll go back to you. How's
okay.
everybody else doing?
Drama. I'm all
Okay.
drama.
All right. Now you're going to pick either Drama 1. I like Bright 1 or 2. If you're wearing something black, Bright 2 you can't do because it's too, it just saturates wrong, but Bright 1 is great. Okay. Roger?
Roger. Over and out.
Okay, you're going to save, then you're going to hit export. And if you want to modify it forever, then you could hit save. If you don't care, if you want just a copy, save a copy. Okay.
Where's the export? Is it the little blue thing at the bottom?
You don't have it, doesn't say export?
Do I hit the plus sign or the check mark first?
Yeah. Hit done. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then export.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay, you good? Everybody export? Okay, now I want you to go into your layout and I want you to find both photos. We're gonna upload them to the worst photo. Why did I do this photo? I was sitting down earlier and I was so astonished at how many rolls I had coming out, so I took a photo. Sorry, I'm cracking myself up. Okay, then go upload that into the team page so we can see it.
So put it on a side by side from like the live collage.
Yeah, I use layout or whatever you use.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say practicing with filters. All right, I'm uploading mine. All right, so what do you guys think? Better? Brighter? So even if you take a dark photo, this is gonna brighten it up so much, so much. Where's the one from?
I just didn't put the picture in there. Mine's in the team page.
Cool, I can't wait to go see.
I use a different app for filtering, but I don't like it as much as it seems too complicated compared to what I just did just now. So
What do you use?
it's called Pick Tap Go.
Pick taco? Tacos?
Pick Tap Go.
Tap go. Tic tac toe.
Pick Tap Go.
Tic tac toe. Okay, I did a better photo because I was. I mean, it is an extra couple steps, but I find that if you have, if you're doing like a whole bunch, then it's really easy because you can just kind of throw them all up at the same time, do the same thing. If you're trying to have the same clean look, but you can do food that way. Food looks really sharp. But same thing goes for food, guys. Like when you take a picture of your food, ooh, Afton, yours looks great. Oh yeah, these are great, guys. Oh wow. This is fun. um, when you're taking pictures of food, like don't, look at the plate. Maybe go, I remember listening to some call when I very first signed up as coach. Someone's like, go find an Anthropologie plate that you love and put your food on that every time you post it. And you will be that much more, it'll look that much prettier. And not to say that it has to always be pretty or perfect or whatever, but if you want to have the same clean look, I mean, let's be real, the photo can still be super messy, but it can still have the same clean look if that's something that is important to you. And if it isn't, then keep doing what you're doing because it is your business and it isn't ours. But I get so many questions about this that I feel like maybe you want to know.
Yep.
Okay. Any questions about morning posts, filters, videos? We just said a lot of things. No? Negative? Negatory? What else was I going to say to you all? Oh, okay. So back to our kind of schedule of events. That's kind of, so, when you sit down on a Sunday night to kind of look at your week, I would write them down like Monday, this, Tuesday, this, Thursday, this, because then maybe on a Monday, you find yourself in a really great situation where a really fantastic photo happens with you and your kids or you and your spouse or whatever. But rather than just using everything all in those moments, save them. Save those photos because you're going to need them later. I feel like we get into that situation where it's like, oh man, I've got all these great photos. I just want to put them all up and just barf all over social media. Why am I talking about barf again? What's wrong with me? I'm so sorry. I swear I'm a lady and I don't, this is happening. But save those posts and really maybe try to post only 3 times a day. I think that sometimes we want to keep posting everything, but the truth is quality is so much better than quantity in this situation. So when you have a message to say, use that message, and then whatever more you want to use, that's what stories are for. You can just go crazy on there. Put as much stuff on those stories as you want. Think of yourself as a reality star, and everybody wants to know everything about your life all the time because you're so great. That's what I have to tell myself, because otherwise I a little bit feel like a crazy person who talks to myself all day. And my kids are like, are those your friends? And I'm like, yeah, it's my friends. At this point in the game, these are the people that I know. So have fun and be silly and let people in on who you are and don't be afraid. That's why, dancing is funny and whatever, but the whole point of it is, I don't know about you guys, but I feel good. Like when I'm grooving, that it's like an instant mood booster. Instant mood booster. I don't even need Energize after that. I'm like, what's Energize? But I just feel like you give people freedom to be themselves. And there is something so freeing about that in itself, in my opinion. In this day and age when we're always trying to be so put together, that's fun to have on the front of your Instagram and the front of your Facebook, but letting them in on like, you guys, I've had this pimple growing for like 4 days. What do I do to get rid of it? I don't have any pimple, but I'm just saying, this is what it's for. Have fun in there and be real and funny, and people will get to know you and have fun with you and enjoy you so much more that when you throw up any kind of invitation or you send them that cold message, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, this girl, yeah, she doesn't want my money. She just wants to help me. You know what I mean? She just wants to know like what I'm all about. And that's the only way they're ever gonna know is if you just kind of let loose and live a little, So have fun on there. Let it be an enjoyable thing. And that was all I was going to say about stories, morning posts. Andy, I know that you are having a frustration over there. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, girls. I don't know what is going on with my computer, but you guys were frozen, and then it wouldn't let me stay on, but I'm here. So I have no idea what Kim said. So I'm not quite sure I want to jump in and potentially re-say what you've already said.
No, that's fine. I was actually going to kind of move on to.
I was going to maybe just touch on. I was just going to maybe, unless you already did, talk on how many posts a day. Did you talk about that at all?
I didn't. I said quality over quantity. I'm a 3 poster a day. I have for the last 4 years. I think I've posted 4 times a day or 3 times a day every single day for 4 straight years, literally. But I think you can touch on that because you kind of changed that. And she's posted.
So I think that if you are in a groove like Kim is, she's not somebody who should necessarily switch up what she's doing because it's working for her. It's what she's always done. She's stayed super consistent with that. There's been times when I have posted 3 times a day consistently. There's been times when I posted twice. Very rarely do I post just once, but I've noticed that my engagement just isn't that great, which is why I've been diving more into training. And so in that, I've been learning that right now people suggest posting just once. But if you're like Kim and you're in a groove with what you already do, I wouldn't necessarily change it. I feel like I need to change because what I'm doing isn't totally working. So, but right now I'm in Instagram jail. So I'm not posting on Instagram at all, except for in my stories until I get out of jail. And that was for sending too many messages in one day. And I don't even know if you girls can hear me because you're all frozen again. So.
We hear you. We hear you.
You can hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, good.
You are delayed, but it's all right. We can give you pauses.
I don't know what's going on.
Can you pull it up on your phone?
Okay. Well, I can try. Let me try that. I'll be back.
Okay. All right. See ya. Have a great time. Okay. So 3 posts, 1 post. Really, I think it's totally up to you and what your thing is. I feel as though the people who get away with 1 post are people who have a really solid following. That's just my personal take on the 1 to 3 posts. Like you have a lot of likes, you have a lot of followers, you have a lot of people who are, otherwise I feel like unfortunately we do have to put up the stuff that gets the likes. You know what I mean? I will say that I really loved when I did this. I don't do it anymore. But when I did like the quotes are fun. Quotes are funny and people love them. And the only thing I will tell you is, you know, there's so many. Have you guys seen all the wars out there going on with some of these quotes? Like people who, so I always go to Ashley Smith's page because she just puts up quotes all the time, but like every single one she has up, people go and like post like she is not the copyright of this quote. This person is, and then there's like a war underneath her post. But guess what that's doing to her algorithm? Just boost. So there was this chick who wrote like something about like, Mommy, you look tired. Instead, tell her she's beautiful. I don't even know what it said. But anyway, somebody posted it and she got like 50,000 shares and the chick that actually wrote it only got like something, I don't know, whatever. So when you use it, just, you know, maybe put the person's little blip on there so that you don't get, I mean, again, I doubt you're going to get 50,000 shares, but if you do, it goes viral. You know, you never know. But those are really fun and they're really easy. So maybe you do that every other day in your middle of your day or at the end of your day and you get kind of a fun look with your Instagram. I think I find them to be pretty. It's just my personal, you know, I think they look kind of nice. Kim Fitzpatrick does that all the time. She only does 2 posts a day and then she has a quote every single, so it's all, you know, in the same line. but that's just an easy win if you're looking for something. And as far as like what to find, I mean, you can go to my page. I did them for a really long time, so there's a ton there. Or, you know, mom memes, or you can look up different things on on Instagram. I'm sure you guys know how to do that, so I won't tell you. But so that's a fun thing to do. And then at nighttime, my only suggestion is if you are on the West Coast.
I will say with.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Oh, you are frozen again. Sad day.
I was just going to say on that note, if you're doing quotes, I've learned that if you, can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
I'm just going to say it and hopefully you guys can hear me. If you're doing the quotes, I've learned that taking the quote and putting it on your same background, white is always best, and your same clean font every time is best. It's more eye-catching, and then people know that it's kind of your vibe, rather than getting all crazy with a bunch of different kinds of fonts that are kind of hard to read, even though they might be pretty, or just taking other people's stuff, because you want it to look clean and crisp and have a lot of white space. So the quotes are great, but get in the habit of using the same font every time. Somebody who I think is good about that, she doesn't do them in any certain order, so her feed, you're not going to see like a certain rhythm to them, but I do screenshot and steal Shayna's quite often because she has a very simple font from Word Swag with funny quotes, and it just looks very clean and crisp.
There you go. Yeah, and then the only thing I would add to the daily post is if you're on the West Coast, try to get that post up before 5 p.m. I feel like it's dead in the water after that. I don't get a ton. You might get a ton the next day if it kind of gets somewhere, but if you're trying to put in that like hard hitter post, it's got to go up earlier than later on if you're a West Coaster. So if you're like an East Coaster, then you're fine putting it up, maybe between 6 and 7. But if you're on the West and you try to put up a post, I swear after 7 p.m. it's like, Burr. So keep that in mind when it comes to your PM posts. The only other thing I was going to touch on was the 411 page, Andy. So unless anyone has any questions about filters, videos, timing, posts, all that jazz. Just kind of not a rookie thing, but when you do put something up on Instagram and you add your hashtags, make sure you do it right away. I guess if you forget and like you go back like 15 minutes later, you've like lost your mojo. So make sure you put your hashtags up. Like you post the photo and you put your hashtags up instantly. And you don't need the hashtags on Facebook, FYI. Don't need them. Not necessary. They don't go anywhere. Okay. Are we good? Nothing? No questions. Yeah.
I got to watch the team call last night for Hard Hitters.
Yeah.
It was really, really good.
Who spoke on it?
I think her name was Jamie.
Jamie?
I think that's what her name was.
Oh, okay.
I think.
What was your main takeaway from the call?
She was a teacher.
Okay.
She's from a small town. She is married to a rancher. To be yourself, to brand your business, to brand yourself. Mm-hmm. Always be yourself on your Insta stories. Don't come off fake. Always my biggest takeaway was she talked about she does that welcome email for her new clients, that first welcome email.
Yeah.
She does a video with her face.
Oh, that's
She does a like that very first email. She'll send out a video of herself on there welcoming her customer, her client, and she showed that.
like
She talked about how, and it makes them feel like welcome. And then she talks about how, like you do, like twice a month, she checks in with them. I think what else she talked about. All of that good, like kind of like tonight, she talked about, don't come off as fake. Be the person that, like if they meet you in person, kind of like we met at Summit. Be the real deal. Like y'all, when you met me, I'm not gonna be on my media. I'm not gonna come across. I'm just gonna be who I am. I'm in my kitchen every day. That's when I'm gonna go live all the time. I'm gonna be the one making the preserves. I'm gonna be the one talking about growing my food because, I believe in that. I'm always gonna just be who I am, just like I would be when y'all, when you meet me, and she's always talking about that. And she was talking about how, at school, she likes to, bring her shakes and give that out like in the Energize packs. And she talks about how she likes to, share that and try to bring that up to sell her brand that way also at school because, and then they were asking questions like, how can we reach our market out there? And she's like, she brands herself because she reaches out to teachers and then to people that are like her, people that are like her, like country life, teachers, and then that kind of stuff. And so Thursday night, I go to meet my kids' teachers, and so I've noticed that I've got a lot of people watching me, a lot of teachers that are going to be at his school Thursday night that have been watching me and my stories now. So I'm going to bring them, like I just got through making pear preserves for my pear trees tonight. That's what I got up to go do. I had to pull that and put it in jars. I'm going to bring, and I've made a healthy version of it, so I'm going to bring little jars of that Thursday night and give that out to the teachers as their little gift, when I meet them. And then with little shake packs and Energize, welcoming myself to meet the teachers, as well as the teachers that I've been noticing they've been watching my stories this summer. So that kind of introduces me and kind of be like, I see you've been watching my stories, so, but I've also sent the invite. And so she just was really talking about how when you're branding yourself, reach out to those, be you, don't try to be somebody that you're not. And she was talking about how she does her emails and her invites and all that. Anyway, it's recorded and it's on the Team Harder.
No, that's great. Yes, you can go watch it for sure, and that's on Team Hard Hitters. So go and listen. I need to go watch it too because it sounds really good. Okay, well, before we wrap it up, the 411. So as you guys know, or maybe you don't know, on Instagram, we have a group called Living Your Best Life _411. It is a ongoing stationary sneak peek. So when you talk about the business in your stories, when you talk about the business in your posts, you can tag Living Your Best Life _411. What will happen is when somebody goes to request access to that group, Andy will approve them as long as they're not a coach that none of us are related to. Andy will approve them, and she will tag that person, and it's not Andy, it's the Living Your Best Life. She'll tag them in the start here, and she'll tag you in the start here. So she'll tag you together, and she'll also let you know, like, hey, FYI, you're good to go. This person just requested to be in the group, and you're the only person that they're following. So this is obviously your client. So use it. Be free. Feel free to throw it up, throw it up anywhere you can. Anywhere you need it. It's rad because when you put in your stories, you can just you could say like, add yourself here, and then click it, and then they will be able to just to click that and then go and do it. So it's really convenient, and it really does. I did it today. If you're looking for an example, I used it in my post this morning, and it brought a lot of people would rather go look at that than ask you any question ever. More people want to go and be a part of some sneaky group where they can be a fly on the wall than ever have to engage in conversation with you for the pure sake that they're afraid that you're going to convince them that they should join you, and they don't want to have to say no. I will tell you that flat out. So most people want to be fly on the wall. And then once they finally get the courage to either reach out and or you reach out to them, then you may finally get that conversation going. So keep that in mind. But use it all the time. And go check it out. It's really rad. There's tons of information in there. I feel like this is basically what we did while we were flying to Indianapolis. I like to go look at it because it's all of you guys and us, and I don't know why anyway, definitely give it a check it out. Any questions about that one? About the 411? Thank you. No? Not a mucho? Okay. Well, was this helpful? I'm sorry, on my way through that. Was this helpful? Do you feel, yeah? Hey, and listen, I mean it, like, you ever don't know what to post, please go back and pull anything from my content. You ever just how do I do an invite post? Go find something that shocks your fancy and take it. You don't even need to ask me. I promise the likelihood of me even knowing it's happening will be one thing. And number two, I'd rather you put something up that works for you than you don't put up anything at all, or you feel frustrated because you just can't think of something. Because I get that. Some days I am it's just dead. There's just nothing. But some days I have to show up for my business because it's my business. So even when life is hard, or life stuff's going on, I'm still going to throw something on there that's going to encourage people. And so sometimes I need to go, find inspiration, and I'll go to Andy's page, or I'll go to, well, at this point, I've gone back to Brittany's page because at this point she doesn't really use that stuff anymore. But find people, use my stuff, and never feel like you can't or you shouldn't or whatever. It is.
I screenshot all your stuff. Basically, I have pictures of the stuff that I want to use.
Go take and run, inspire.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Because the likelihood of I probably got inspiration from at some point, Shelly the other day used something and she's like, this was so good. I'm like, when did I write that? Wow. I don't even remember, I'm pretty sure that when you think about it, what's 365 times 4, James? What's 365 times 4?
1860.
1860? 1460 times 3. So there's at least 4,380 posts that you could take from. Pretty sure I'm not going to notice. So use whatever you need that would, in those moments that you need it or whatever. Or you just need a foundation or just something that, because you're like, how do I even write this? Or how do I talk about the shake? I feel like that's one that people are always like, how do I talk about the shake without ever saying Shakeology, without basically showing everything? And I actually got someone who I found a couple years ago, Ashley Laughlin. I don't really follow her anymore. She's not really my cup of tea, but she used to post really well about the shake, and she's the one I got the idea of posting, like, has 9 mushrooms and romaine lettuce, because I had no idea. But then when I researched, I'm like, oh wow, she's absolutely accurate. So that's a fun thing to post about, because it gets people asking you questions. So take those ones. Those are good ones. Okay.
I found my list from the call last night.
Oh, good. Post it in the team page. That would be helpful. I'm going to go watch it, though, because now I'm curious who – was it Jamie Annette? And no. Inez? No. Shepard? No. Okay. I'm going to go watch. Andy's gone. She can't come back. All right. Well, I'm going to go and go to bed. Anybody else? Yeah. Okay. Well, good night, girls. Nobody throws up tonight, okay? Just kidding.
No one, and I hope everyone gets good night's sleep tonight too.
Me too. I prayed that over our house all night tonight. I was like, we all need good sleep. So believing that. Your house too.
Thank you.
Okay, go take some melatonin. Bye, girls.
Bye.
Bye.